Hello, everyone. Introducing our legal assistant agent and agentic AI system that delivers real-time, accurate legal guidance. It replaces manual research with clear, contextual, source-backed answers, acting as a legal assistant and decision support tool. Introducing our legal assistant agent, an agentic AI system that delivers real-time, accurate legal guidance. It replaces manual research with clear, contextual, source-backed answers, acting as a legal assistant and decision support tool. Our agent uses structured legal data, context awareness, and multi-step retrieval. It understands the query, finds relevant laws, and delivers simple, cited answers instantly. Let's start by understanding what this system actually does. What we are looking at is a legal assistant built on SimplAI. This is not just a simple chatbot. This system can understand real-world legal situations, map them to the correct laws and amendments, and provide accurate conceptual guidance. It can also handle back-and-forth conversations in similar situations. All of this is done while being fully traceable, testable, and production-ready. So instead of users searching laws manually or consulting multiple sources, this system acts as a real-time legal assistant. Now let's see how this works in a real scenario. We will simulate a user interaction, like a phone call.
Hello, I am Layla. How can I help you today?
Hello, I think I broke a traffic signal. I ran a red light.
Thank you for sharing that with me. Running a red light is considered a traffic violation in India. Are you concerned about the penalty, your legal rights, or what steps you should take next? Let me know how I can help.
What penalty I could face?
If you run a red light in India, you could face a fine up to 5,000 rupees and possible suspension of your driving license. The amount and consequences can depend on your location and if it's a repeat offense. Would you like details about possible legal actions or how to handle a challan if you receive one?
Yes, please. And also tell me which section this offense or whatever comes under.
Jumping a red light comes under Section 177 of the Motor Vehicles Act, 1988. As per the 2019 amendment, the fine can go up to 5,000 rupees and your license may be suspended. If you receive a challan, you should pay it promptly or you have the right to challenge it in traffic court. Would you like more details on how to challenge a challan or the legal process involved?
Yes, please.
If you want to challenge a traffic challan, you can do so by appearing before the traffic court mentioned on your challan. You will need to provide any evidence you have, like photos, videos, or witness statements, to support your case. The court will review your case and decide if the challan is valid. Would you like details on the documents you'll need or steps for presenting your case?
Okay, can you show me the documents where you fetched these information from? I have to check it.
Of course. The information I shared comes from the Motor Vehicles Act, 1988, specifically Section 177 and its 2019 amendment. You can find these documents online on official government legal portals or websites of the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways of India. If you need step instructions on where or how to find these documents, let me know.
Can you generate a final step-by-step guide to how to challenge this challan?
Here's a simple step guide to challenge a traffic challan in India. 1. Check your challan for details of the offense and court date. 2. Gather your evidence, such as photos, videos, or witness statements. 3. Visit the traffic court mentioned on your challan on the given date. 4. Present your case and evidence before the judge. 5. The judge will hear both sides and give a decision. Would you like to know which documents are best to carry when you appear in court?
No, I'll ask you later. Thanks. Bye.
You're welcome. If you need help again, just reach out. Take care and drive safe. Goodbye.
Now let's step back. What we just saw is not just a conversation. This is a fully structured agentic workflow running underneath. To build something like this in production, we need the same discipline as in software development. Design, versioning, testing, observability, deployment, and continuous improvement are all important. That's exactly what these sections enable. Let us show the tracings here so we can see how we came to these responses. This is the one for the last conversation. Let's go back. These are the tool calls that happened. We can see 2 knowledge base calls. In the tracing section, we can check the inputs and outputs of each step. This helps us debug and optimize the solution. Here in the waterfall version, we can see how much time each step took and where optimizations are needed. We can quickly track it here. Okay, let us show the edit section. Now this is the edit section. This is where the entire workflow is built. We are not writing prompts. We are designing a system. Here we define how the agent understands queries, how it retrieves legal knowledge, and how it validates amendments, as well as how it structures responses. This is similar to writing application logic in software development. Let's take a look at the knowledge base. This is the knowledge base that we have attached to the system. We can see the chunks. Now, let's move to the version section. In production, system changes cannot be random. Every update needs to be tracked, reversible, and safe. Here, every workflow change creates a new version. We can compare versions, roll back to previous versions, and test changes before publishing. This gives us the same control as code versioning in software systems. Let's look at a few options. We can see the various configurations. And here we also have the option to export previous versions, or set one as the latest version. Now let's go to the run history. The run. This is one of the most critical parts of a production system. For every execution, we can see what each step's input was and what output it generated. It's the same traces that we saw earlier, but now we can also see the previous dates. We can filter based on the date. At the top, there are a few cards showing average latency, average cost per run, latency per tool, and call steps per run. Let's look at one of the traces. It's the same traces that we saw earlier in the waterfall version. Again, we can see how much time each step took, where latency is coming from, and which step is the bottleneck. This is similar to logs tracing and performance monitoring in backend systems. Without this, scaling is impossible. Next, we have the deployment section. The deployment is already enabled, but we can disable it if needed. We also have the API configuration, the webhook option, the embedded code, and agent-to-agent configuration. We can also integrate it with third-party apps. Let's look at the API configuration section. There are different options like chat initiation, continuing a previous chat, getting the result for a message ID, getting the full conversation, or listing all conversations. We can expose this as an API. We can integrate into applications connected to voice systems like call centers. This is how the assistant becomes usable in real-world workflows. Now let's move to the test dataset section. This is where the agentic system becomes truly production grade. In traditional software, we write test cases and create datasets. We can define different scenarios, add expected outputs, simulate edge cases, and run them at scale. This ensures that the system behaves correctly across all scenarios. Edge cases are handled properly, and new changes don't break existing behavior. Without this, we would be relying on manual testing, which doesn't scale. Let's see how to create a dataset here. We select the latest version. We shouldn't be prompting here. Instead, we should provide a detailed prompt to create the dataset. This prompt should be as close to the problem we are solving as possible. Let's write something. Let's preview it. We can see here with the help of the assistant that we have generated a few test cases as well as the expected output. Now we can create this dataset. Now we have the option to choose LLM as a judge or the Python executor. Since we have natural language responses, we will select LLM as a judge. Let's give it a name and let's describe what we are going to test. Let's autofill it using the assistant. Here we can choose different models. We will keep it to GPT-5. You can see the prompt here. It is also possible to provide a custom prompt. Let's do a test run and test this agent. Here we can see the tags, total rows, rows processed, and the average score. Let's wait for the responses. It's processing, okay? All the rows are processed and we have the average score. Here you can see the inputs, the expected output, and the output that was generated. Then we have the status to show if the row processed successfully or not. And then we have the same tracing. Here we can see how it resulted in the user information. Sometimes it uses the knowledge base, and sometimes it can answer on its own. Next, we have the evaluator name and the score. These are the different scores. Some received 3, some 4, and some even got 2. We also have explanations for these scores. We can download this result in a structured format here as well. We can also compare our results with one of the previous versions. By using the Add Comparison button, we can see the configuration that we have set for this evaluator here. Okay, let's move on to the Evaluate section. Building the system once is not enough. We need to continuously measure and improve it. Here we can run evaluations on real executions, score outputs using defined criteria, and identify whether the system is at fault. So instead of subjective judgment, we get measurable quality metrics. This is equivalent to automated testing, plus QA systems for AI workflows. Let's see how this is done. Let's create one evaluator. We have the option for the past conversations. We can run it on the future conversations as well. Let's give it a name. Let's select the latest version for the test. You can use the date filter here. Let's just keep it as it is. We will select a few of these. Let's select 5 of these. Then we save it, but we forgot to add some information here. Okay, let's set up the evaluator as well. Let's autofill every section with the help of the assistant. Now you can see this is also similar to the test dataset. We can save it. As soon as the Save button is clicked, the assistant starts evaluating our previous responses. We can see the scores here. We also have the total number of rows and the rows processed, and the average score. We can see the tracing as before, these scores, and the explanations for these scores as well. We can also see the configurations that we have set for this evaluator. This solution provides instant legal guidance, reduced dependency on manual research, consistent and reliable responses. Scalable legal support. Users can move from confusion to clarity in seconds. Traditional systems. Search or summarize. Agentic AI plans multiple retrieval steps, validates against amendments, maintains conversation context, delivers structured legal reasoning. This is not just a chatbot, and it is a reasoning-driven legal assistant. In summary, the legal assistant agent transforms how users access legal information. By combining structured knowledge retrieval context, aware reasoning, multi-turn interaction, it delivers accurate legal guidance instantly. Thank you.